gentleness of a tiger should not be mistaken for cowardice.
Cowardice.
Yesterday, Fubara rules calls out Tinubu, calls out the police, and calls out his political father, Wike, that they cannot strangulate him, that Lagos State, as at this moment, he is fully in charge, and if anybody tries nonsense, he will chase them out.
I think he's the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Rivers State, and by the power conferred on him, I mean veto power. I think he's entitled to do anything within his reach to keep security of that state intact. And by the way, I want to send my warning to Wike. If Wike want to go to Rivers State, he must notify Fubara first, because the person that is in charge currently is His Excellency Fubara. Simi Layabi Fubara.
Yeah.
Is the current chief security officer of the state. Should in case Wike gets into trouble, okay, let me tell you, even IG, even Tinubu himself, there is what is called veto power, and veto power is a statutory right of anybody elected into any position, exalted as Fubaras, into any exalted Fubara position as Fubaras. I don't really understand. Lagos State, Sanwo-Olu is entitled to oversee the affairs of the state. Are you listening to me? So what we are trying to say here, the man is right. He knows how to exercise his veto power bestowed on him by the people of Rivers State. Okay? IG has no power, no right whatsoever over anybody in Rivers State. Only Fubara has. Wike is like an expired drug in Rivers State. His veto power is gone. Wike is not the man in charge, the chief executive officer currently in Rivers State. Only Fubara is. So for any federal structure to come into that state for any business transaction, federal or state level, he must make sure that the River State structures are well informed. They should meet Fubara and give him wine up of what their venture or business is all about in that state, because Fubara is in charge. You cannot be a minister, maybe you were formerly a governor of that particular state, then you will stop somebody or start disturbing somebody that is elected as the governor of Rivers State or any state that you were at least in control of before. Oga Fubara is the current person now. IG cannot stop him. Wike cannot stop him. Tinubu has no rights to exercise his own veto power given to him from federal in Rivers State. Somebody must be in charge. Somebody must be a subordinate to him to tell him how he should go about any business, any commissioning of whether project or not project to be commissioned. Fubara must be the first person in Rivers State to have done that. So we should understand the meaning of federalism. Federalism is nothing to do with dictatorship. Federalism has nothing to do with monarchy. It is no divine right. It is a right by the people. Divine right is by God. So understand between monarchy and democracy. Democracy, the people have the political strength or will. It is not the elected, but the electorate. Then in monarchy, the king has the divine rights above everybody. Both life and death are on his hands. That is monarchy for you. But what we are seeing in this part of the world today is a dictatorial system of government. A government whereby the president has say everywhere, even in the local governments, president, even in the states, Mr. President. Everywhere they are watching president. Could the president divide himself into 200 times and be everywhere at the same time? there are governors,
Mr.
there are commissioners,
Mr. Ralph,
there are ministers,
Fubara has placed
and everybody is entitled to his own ministry, to his own domain, to his own terrain.
Mr. Ralph, it is alleged that Fubara has now placed Wike on an arrest warrant, that any time Wike steps into River State, he should be arrested
100%. 100%.
Is this not abuse of power?
100% correct.
Is this not abuse of power?
100% correct. The man is trying to what? Exercise his right. He is the chief security officer of River State. What if Wike goes to River State and gets lost or gets into wrong hands? Who is to be blamed? Is Fubara. Fubara has right, every right, to protect anybody in River State, every right to arrest any miscreants, political miscreants or otherwise in River State, provided is within the what venue of criminality. If Wike commits any crime in River State, he should be arrested by the governor, chief security officer of River State. Similaye Fubara is the man, His Excellency in River State. Nothing should be less than that, because he is the man that's been elected by the people of that state, and all the political structures of that state under PDP or APC should be answerable to he, Fubara. Okay, I think Similaye has come out to at least redefine the true tenets of democracy.
But I am surprised you are supporting this show of autocracy. I mean, how will a government be asking a civilian not to move? He's taking away the freedom of movement from Wike.
Can you listen to me?
And you are supporting it.
Can you listen to me too well? Can you listen to me? Wike excesses over the years has gotten to paranoid. Wike has been so paranoid to the level that even the federal could not control him. Don't forget that there was a time he was trying to at least point finger, accusing finger at Buhari. He even stopped DSS from arresting that NDDC or NNPC, managing directors or one of the board of directors of NNPC. I think it happened in 2019 when he stopped the DSS from arresting the woman. He came with his hat, cap, and actually indicated that he is in charge of River State. So why are we trying to overemphasize the veto power, right, authority given to Similaye Fubara in River State? Fubara's position now, are you trying to tell me it contrasts Wike's position then? Wike's position then is still equivalent to the present position of Fubara in River State. Listen and listen to me. Give the dog what is holy and hang it. Send him to the gallows. The rightful person we know authoritatively in River State currently is the chief security officer of that state, Similaye Fubara. Wike has been like a boy in between two testicles, scrotum. Yes, over the years in River State, and today Similaye Fubara has come to treat his excesses. His Excellency Similaye Fubara can do what? Can exercise his statutory power, constitutional power within his veto power given to him in River State. Okay, we have gone this length to understand how far some people has gone in Nigeria to sway justice, to misinterpret Nigerian constitutionalities. There are laws, there are rules and regulations guiding our states, our local government, our states, our federal structures. You don't go beyond that. If you go beyond that, I'm telling you, you are fallible to what? Arrest.
Thank you very much, Mr. Raphael, for that brilliant submission, as usual. Thank you. Mr. David, it is alleged that Fubara has now placed Wike on an arrest warrant over his excesses. Is this not abuse of power from Fubara? What's your reaction?
Abuse of power. As the governor, you have the executive power. For a man who has been causing uproar in in the state for a man who has bringing so much anarchy in the state. You know, if it was Wike era, nobody there comfort Wike.
Anarchy. These are allegations.
It is obvious now. Is Wike in the best position to dictate when local government election should be held in the state or not? Who the hell is Wike?
A former governor?
A former governor does not make you the ex-former governor.
Indeed, is the
does not make
godfather.
you the owner of River State.
The godfather of Fubara.
A former governor is not the owner of River State. Wike SSs need to be checked.
So you support this arrest?
I support it.
This alleged
the
arrest.
same
Alleged arrest.
has come out to say that he will put fire in some states if they tend to support Fubara against him. And DSS kept me. DSS over time. Wike, I think at this point, Wike need to be disgraced. So he should know that power or politics does not evolve around him. That it is not whatever he wish most times to get. A man who is having conflict with the PDP National Working Committee. Wike, just of a said, is still having issues with the governor. The question is, what does Wike really want? His colleagues, the former governor of Delta State, Ifeanyi Okowa, had successor too. The former governor of Akwa Ibom too had successor. But how many of them are having rift with their candidate? But it is only Wike.
Perhaps because those ones are not having issue because their successor is giving them their 10%.
Which 10%? Which 10%? I think Wike want to lord over that state. It is not even about monetary aspects. Wike like every decision the governor takes, Wike want to be involved. And now the government is trying to push to put away Wike's emperor rule in that state. And to me, it is a welcome idea. Wike should not act as lord in the state. You believe every Nigerian politics revolve around you. You believe that you can do it alone, not knowing that without the people, you are nobody. Power belongs to people. We saw when Wike was the governor of the state. Nobody can check Wike. Wike can do in River State. He can do and undo. So let him allow Fubara be at peace. I am support. Yesterday I was happy when Fubara said INEC police. He was attacking the IG. He said the IG cannot tell him where to conduct election in the state. So he was telling the IG, he was indirectly, he was sending the message to the president because the IG of police reports to the president. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
But we all know that Wike is enjoying the immunity and of course the efficacy of the president. In this stance, don't you think
he does not have immunity?
River State will be the next Edo State?
My brother, if there is a strong position, they go pabam. EFCC is not a tool under the presidency. The government has immunity. Am I right?
My question is, will Edo not become the next River State? Because it seems Wike, just as he did in Edo State, is about just as Wike did in Edo State.
What did he do?
I think they are finalizing their brutal move, and we can see Fubara crying. She's showing all manner of arrest warrants.
So, what will happen in River State?
Capture the states.
Capture state on one ground.
The local government.
Wike has lost it in River State. Go to River State now. Forget media hype.
Are you sure?
Forget Wike coming to the state. to get chief 30 title. Politics is beyond chief 30 title. The governor said he will not come online and start dancing iye neba. Why did you see Wike dancing iye neba?
It seems like Fubara is now a tyrant because he has allegedly issued an arrest warrant on Wike that if Wike steps his foot inside Rivers State, they should whisk him away. But that's
unbelievably, first things first, I'm here to see the information, but it's coming from you, okay. But Fubara did something that was unimaginable. You know, I told people, they said the man is a very weak man. I said no, white people are not weak. He might be quiet, he might be gentle, but he's not a fool. Now, yesterday, this morning, Wike stormed, Fubara stormed the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission RSIC office, where some people allegedly wanted to take some voting material out. He said no, and he stood now. He's telling the IGP election will hold tomorrow, but they're having we've seen different courts. He said no, election will hold, and we've been seeing his heads, the heads of I'm talking about Fubara. They are telling Wike now it's not my turn. It's the turn of Fubara, and we have been seeing your leaders telling Wike too. Fubara will complete 8 years. You know, I'm not from that region, but I'm just telling you what the guys are saying. They say Fubara, these 8 years of Fubara, it is sacrosanct that Wike cannot and will not be allowed to impose a credit on them. That's I'm talking about what your leaders were saying. So you understand? So now, because it seems that from beginning this man will be a very gentleman, or this man will be very easy to manipulate. But we've seen that the man too, maybe he has his own supporters, a simplified movement, what they call themselves. And we've been seeing resistance. I'm talking about high level resistance from them. This man is saying, no, I am my own man. I'm not going to agree. That Wike did not agree for Amechi. Amechi did not agree for Odili. So in Rivers State, we don't allow godfatherism. That's what I thought about Fubara Camp was saying. That this man, no, is going to spend his tenure complete, and ever can do. For example, it's not in their own assembly, as an assembly. It's only four lawmakers are presiding. Though all these things to me are not good for development in Nigeria, but since the governor and the people have said no, this is how I want to do it, and you don't know where in Nigeria now. Let me give an example. In Kano, there are 2 emirs. Because we don't know the kind of law that we have in this country. I can't say they have 2 emirs now in Kano. They have 2 deputy governors now in Edo State. Yeah. So now, since I just even I'm going to say even 200 notes you have 2. 500 notes you have 2. I'm just that one just on one side. What I have 2. So everything are 2. So a time is coming by having 2 governors or 2 presidents. I'm not saying. So we can't be deceiving ourselves and say that things are working and we don't are not working. So Fubara is saying that I am a man on my own. That you helped me, that you find a way to make me or the people put me as a governor does not mean you're going to be dictating to me. So Rivers indigenous are saying, Wike, your tenure as a lapse, please stay, even though you have to support us too. But tomorrow will be a very big day in Rivers State. PDP cannot be part of the election. So it seems that Fubara leaders are moved to one party, APP. Yeah. So through that APP, we are going to see how grounded is Fubara in Rivers politics and the grand scheme of things in Rivers State. It's going to be a very long ride. Can't wait for tomorrow to come. They're saying no, election will not hold. Fubara is saying yes, election will hold. Tomorrow is a very, very big day in Rivers State, and we're going to see how it's going to turn out. But I hope that common sense prevail and everything they do should be peaceful. Because if 2 elephants are fighting, the grass will suffer. I don't want the people of the state to be at the losing end of the battles of 2 gladiators.
Thank you very much for that brilliant submission, Mr. Rewan. Thank you for your time.